all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in our newsrooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
Want to just get out of town with your friends and family? Are you having a corporate getaway and have no adequate transport? Then this here is what you need to listen to. A brand new 35-seater Yutong luxury bus is now up for hire at an affordable and negotiable rate. It comes fully equipped with aircon, TV for your relaxation, music soothing your trip, and DVD players to give you variety. Book now by calling 0955 0966 or 977 844 141.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real, cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Air Jungle.
We are glad that you could join us on the main news desk on Prime Television. To present it, my name is Kalan Muchima. A quick look at the headlines. Traders expressed mixed feelings over fuel price reduction. UPND MPs refute being offered ministerial positions by the PF. Police officers deployed in markets to curb political violence by cadres. In foreign news, Ebola vaccine trial begins in Liberia. Join me shortly for the main news in detail. Another main news in detail. Traders in Lusaka have expressed mixed feelings over the recent reduction of fuel prices by the Energy Regulations Board, ERB. Some traders talked to by Prime Television indicate that they have not seen any real benefits of the reduction because up to now, prices of foodstuffs and other supplies are still high. They said the reduction of fuel has affected their business because customers refuse to buy their goods, saying they are sold at higher prices when fuel has been reduced. But some reviewed that their business have improved due to the reduction of fuel prices. Our staffer, Gloria Mumba, brings us this report.
Following the reduction of fuel by the Energy Regulation Board ERB, many people thought prices of commodities will automatically come down, but this is not the case. Most traders in Lusaka have indicated that they have not seen the benefits of the fuel reduction. They have told Prime TV News that they have continued to buy goods from suppliers at higher prices.
Babwezeko munga kapenta beans na rice ni vodula mwani so stima kwanisa kuoda nowadays badula so wafunika babwezeko at least rice nkaleko ma 35 kapenta nkaleko pa 40 kwacha fyo wanabweza bakudya so babwezako stima kwanisa oda mwanjini babwezeko
100 kwacha manya za survive bwanji unga kudula batianganeko mwandi ni mavuto achita over
bakabwezako apanishia at least chama 35 izabwera kwa at least nangu mu 28 30 last no 20 28 last and then chama 40 35
A check in most places around Lusaka has revealed that commodities have continued being sold at higher prices. In a domino effect relation, when prices of fuel are reduced, it is expected that prices of goods should also reduce. Gloria Mumba, Prime TV News, Lusaka.
Two UPND members of parliament have refuted media reports that they've been offered the ministerial positions by the ruling Patriotic Front PF government. Speaking in separate interviews, both Solwezi East UPND member of parliament Vili Lombanya and his Siavonga counterpart Kennedy Hamdulu have clarified that the PF have not contacted them for any job offers. Mr. Hamdulu explains that even if the PF had to offer him a job, he would not accept it as he remains loyal to the party which sponsored him to parliament. And Mr. Lombanya says that the PF is the last party he can ever work for. Mr. Lombanya states that his allegiance will always remain to the UPND, claiming that it is the only party that means well for Zambians. Some online publication on Sunday reported that the two had been offered ministerial jobs by the PF.
I would like to refute the allegations that appeared on the watchdog yesterday, alleging that I, Kennedy Hamdulu, member of parliament for Siavonga constituency, was given a ministerial position in the government of Edgar Lungu. I'm too decent and too smart to work in a government that is operating on a stolen mandate, and stolen for that matter from the party that I represent in parliament. How can I sink so low?
Nobody has ever approached me to say I should be appointed minister. I've never been approached by anyone. I just want to complain that nobody has approached me with the proposal of me serving as a minister. I don't know what minister.
Meanwhile, UPND Chief Whip Gary Nkombo has indicated that all UPND MPs in a meeting with them have reaffirmed their continued support towards the party. He says as Chief Whip of the party, he held a meeting with all UPND MPs who have assured that they will stick to the party until the next general elections. And Mr. Nkombo, who is also Mazabuka Central MP, has accused the PF of plotting schemes to destabilize the party. He said no amount of negative statements against the party will hold any water, as Zambians are resolved to rally behind the UPND and its leader, Hakainde Hichilema.
We believe that this is a well-calculated scheme by Patriotic Front through their rank and file to include the president to try and create despondency in our political party. One is that they have been peddling rumors from the day that our young friend, Honorable Dawson Kafwaya, accepted a job in PF, that there were many more members of parliament who may be following suit. Those who are writing those falsehoods must be advised to leave UPND affairs to UPND members. And within our political party, we have not had any reason whatsoever to replace the leader. We have not had any reason. Speaking for myself, I have still pledged myself to be Hakaide's #1 campaigner.
The Law Association of Zambia, LAZ, has welcomed the appointment of Justice Irene Mambilima as Chief Justice of Zambia. LAZ President George Chisanga says the appointment of Justice Mambilima as the substantive Chief Justice will help restore public confidence in the judiciary. Mr. Chisanga says having a substantive Chief Justice endangers the cherished principle of independence of the judiciary. President Edgar Lungu appointed Electoral Commission of Zambia Chairperson Justice Irene Mambilima to the position of Chief Justice, taking over from Justice Lombe Chivesakunda. Justice Chivesakunda was appointed acting Chief Justice by late President Michael Sata in 2011 and has since then been acting in that position. This prompted the Law Association of Zambia to question and challenge Justice Chivesakunda's continued acting in that position. Securities and Exchange Commission says companies and investors have started showing confidence in the Zambian economy and the Zambian capital markets. SEC Acting Chief Executive Officer Philip Chitalu says this is evident by the increase of listed and quoted companies on the Lusaka Stock Exchange. Mr. Chitalu says at present SEC has 23 listed companies and 9 quoted companies. He says the performance of the Zambian market in the year 2014 has recorded an increase of 14.19% at the Lusaka Stock Exchange. Mr. Chitalu was speaking at a media briefing in Lusaka. He says there has also been an increase in the number of shares of listed companies on the market.
Government bond trades, we recorded 187, which was the same figure as we had in 2013. Then in terms of government bonds turnover, we had 2,796,963 and 672,000. Again, in terms of government bonds, the central bank does issue bonds on behalf of the government. But if somebody again is in need of money mid-term before the maturity of those securities, it's possible to go to a secondary market such as the LUSE and trade in your paper with money for cash kind of usage.
The Zambia Police Service says it has deployed police officers in all markets around the country. Police spokesperson Charity Chanda says the move is aimed at curbing violence in markets and to ensure that the traders operate freely. She says any political cadres found wanting will be arrested by the police officers that have been deployed in the markets. The move by the police service comes after a number of violence recorded cases that during and after elections. This was contained in a media statement available to Prime Television. You are watching the main news on Prime Television. We go for a set of commercials. Do join me shortly for more news just after this.
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in our newsrooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. ZESCO, powering the nation.
What's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real, cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
And now for the rest of the news on Prime Television. Cyrock Enterprises Limited, the producers of Amaka Cement, have announced plans to set up a new state-of-the-art cement plant at their premises in Lusaka. The factory will have a capacity of 2,500 tons per day and will produce 2 grades of cement for the local and export markets. Announcing the development in Lusaka Monday morning, company managing director Mustafa Sadi said his company has already entered into an agreement with a consortium to undertake the project. Mr. Sadi explained that the project is likely to commence mid this year as soon as the statutory requirements are concluded.
Enterprises Limited is a producer of Amaka Cement and would like to announce that they have entered into an agreement with a consortium to put up a new modern state-of-the-art cement factory on our premises. This factory will have a capacity of 2,500 tons per day and will produce 2 grades of cement for the local and export markets. The factory that will be put up will be a modern, efficient plant that will exceed all environmental regulations in Zambia and will have a positive impact on the economy of the area and the economy as a whole, and the country as a whole. A company has been incorporated in Zambia and will be known as Amaka Cement Industries Limited. The agreement has been signed and the feasibility study is being undertaken to establish the viability of the project. As soon as the exploration work that needs to be carried out is finalized, then the environmental impact assessment will be carried out to comply with the prevailing laws of Zambia.
ZESCO Limited has charged that it is upgrading the Luanzua substation to ensure that the company helps to improve lives and business in Impulungu district. ZESCO Limited spokesperson Henry Kapata says the upgrading of the Luanzua substation will also help to reduce load shedding in Impulungu. He says for the past years, Impulungu has been faced with power outages, making it difficult for business, especially fish business. Mr. Kapata says the upgrading of the power station in the district will also assist in increasing business opportunities and attract investment in the area. He was speaking to Prime Television in Impulungu district.
Of course, now this particular Luanzua power station here in Impulungu district has been built at an engineering, procurement, and of course construction price of about 52 million United States dollars. Of course, it's scheduled for commissioning sometime pretty soon. As you can see, the main works, which includes the intake structure, the powerhouse itself, open canal, 4-bay penstock, and of course the switchyard, have already been completed as it stands. Of course, not forgetting the construction of the administration building and the 16 permanent staff housing units that are already completed. Now, this particular greenfield, as it is normally called, project was principally developed to improve reliability and the quality supply of electricity to the northern province, amongst other regions in the country.
President Edgar Lungu has nominated former Barclays Bank Managing Director Mrs. Margaret Mwanakatwe as Member of Parliament and appointed her Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry. President Lungu has also nominated Mr. Mlenga Sata as Member of Parliament and appointed him Deputy Minister at State House. Mr. Lungu has appointed Mr. Boniface Chimbwali as Permanent Secretary for Luapula Province. The President has appointed Registrar of Societies Mr. Kakoma Kanganja to the position of a Deputy Inspector General of Police, taking over from Dr. Solomon Jerry, whose appointment has been terminated and to be redeployed in the Foreign Service. The head of a state has also terminated the appointment of Ms. Brenda Muntemba Sichilemba as Commissioner of Police, pending redeployment in the Foreign Service. Meanwhile, the President has transferred Northwestern Province Commissioner Mr. Eugene Siboten to Eastern Province, swapping with Ms. Grace Chipaila, while Police Commissioner for Western Province Lombe Kamkoshi swaps with the Central Province Commissioner Stanway Lungu. The President has promoted Northwestern Province Deputy Commissioner Alexansho Daka to Commissioner for Muchinga Province and transferred Mr. Boni Kapeso to Southern Province in the same capacity. The President has terminated the contract of Commissioner of Police for Lusaka Province, Lemi Kajova, and replaced him with Mrs. Charity Katanga, who moves from Northern Province in the same capacity. Commissioner of Police in charge of operations at Service Headquarters, Mr. Fano Siandenge, has been sent on leave pending the expiry of his contract on 15th February 2015. This is according to a statement issued to Prime TV by President's Special Assistant for Press and Public Relations, Amos Chanda. We go for another break. Join me shortly for international stories.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Chipsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Welcome back, and now international news. A trial of an Ebola vaccine was due to start in Liberia's capital following a launch event featuring musicians. In a densely populated neighborhood of Monrovia, guests clapped, danced along, and nodded as musicians sang lyrics on Sunday that explained the purpose and intent of the Ebola vaccination trial. The singing was part of a campaign to overcome Liberians' reluctancy to embrace the vaccines amid conspiracy theories. The actual trial begins in the Liberian capital on Monday on the first group of volunteers. The vaccination trial is a product of a partnership set up by the governments of Liberia and the United States. Appearing at the launch campaign on Sunday, Liberian Vice President Joseph Numa Boakai told the Associated Press, "The vaccines are very important for Liberia and for the world." Boakai urged Liberians to take courage because it is going to work. A court in Egypt has upheld death sentences on 183 Muslim Brotherhood supporters over a 2013 attack on a police station near Cairo. The men were convicted over the deaths of at least 11 officers in Kadasa. The attack took place after Egyptian military forces cracked down on Islamist supporters of ousted President Mohamed Morsi in July. Hundreds of death sentences have been passed on Mr. Morsi's supporters, but none have been carried out. Mr. Morsi will face a new espionage trial on 15th of February. Egypt's official MENA news agency says Mr. Morsi is already facing 3 other trials, including another case of espionage. He could be given the death penalty if found guilty. For more international news, we now join Al Jazeera.
Peter Gressa has for the first time been speaking about his ordeal in an Egyptian prison. In his first interview since being let out, he said it's a relief to be free again. He spent 400 days behind bars. An Egyptian court has sentenced nearly 200 Muslim Brotherhood supporters to death. 183 people were convicted for their role in the killings of at least 10 policemen in the town of Kurdassa 2 years ago. 34 of those people were sentenced in their absence. The police centre was also set on fire. The Nigerian President, Goodluck Jonathan, has cancelled a campaign rally in the northeast of the country, and this comes just a day after the army drove out Boko Haram fighters from the capital of Borno State. The attack was the second attempt to take Maiduguri in a week. Now, Houthi rebels in Yemen have set a 3-day deadline for political parties to end the power vacuum. Now, this follows violence in the central province of Baida, where 8 people were killed and many more were injured after an ambush of a military convoy. Gunmen also attacked a Yemeni special forces camp in the house of the security chief in Baida. Scientists are about to begin the first major trial for an experimental Ebola vaccine. 30,000 people have volunteered to take part in Liberia, which is one of the countries worst affected by the epidemic.
Well, on that international note, we've come to the end of our main news. But before we go, a look at the headlines once more. Traders expressed mixed feelings over fuel price reduction. UPND MPs refute being offered ministerial positions by the PF. Police officers deployed in markets to curb political violence by cadres. In international news, Ebola vaccine trial begins in Liberia. That's the end of the news, but for these and other exciting news items, you can still log on to our website on www.ptvzambia.com. On behalf of the entire studio and technical crew, my name is Kalan Mchima, wishing God's blessings. Bye-bye for now.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in unused rooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. ZESCO, powering the nation.